Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
I'm Dan.
This is the Board Game Rundown. Today we are going to review Sideshow and Project Raygun's Court of the Dead Mourners Call.
Yeah.
The theme of this game is really, really awesome. You have the forces of heaven and hell. They're fighting, they're ripping reality apart, and we are the realm of the dead, and we want to maintain balance. So that's what we're doing. You're trying to get all of the different factions of the undead to align under your leadership.
The flesh, the bone, and the spirit must unite.
Yes.
Sure. Maintain balance while also trying to come out ahead.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Of course.
Right. I mean, if there's nothing left to rule, what's the point, right? So this game plays how many players? 2 to 5 players. Says 90 plus minutes. I'm going to say
Close.
90
pretty
minutes
close.
is
Pretty
if
accurate.
you know how to play, 90 minutes is going to get you through this game.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe even faster.
Maybe even faster. Early on, let's just some of the aspects of the game or first, do you think?
Yeah. So the basic gameplay is everyone will get this thing, what's it called?
Ulterior
Wallows.
motive.
Is that what it is?
No,
this is
not
a
a
different
wallows.
thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Interior motive at the beginning.
Ulterior motive.
Interior.
What did I say?
Ulterior. You said interior.
Interior.
That's inside.
Interior motive?
Yeah.
That's not even an expression,
Yeah.
guys. Cut. So ulterior motive. Basically endgame victory points and stuff
Correct.
like that.
Right.
Secret
You get
objective.
3 of those, you choose one.
Yeah. Secret objective. You will then pick your faction.
Which is related to your card.
Which is related to your card, yeah. The one that you take, you get that faction. That will help you with bonuses throughout the game. So, I am now I put it upside down. I am now the flesh
There you go.
faction.
Yep.
Yes, and then cards will relay to the factions and stuff like that. And then it's kind of a area control not hand management.
But action selection.
action selection
yeah.
drafting
A little bit.
game.
Drafting.
You'll be sending guys out to locations, and then at the end of a round, area-controlled person gets what's on the
So you're going to
location.
go, they've even numbered the spots,
Right,
right?
because they resolve in a
So
certain
they
order.
spiral out, you resolve in an order. Ties get you nothing, Lebowski.
Yep.
Unless you
nothing.
have the tiebreaker.
Unless
no?
you have the all-taker, which he
Yeah.
can break one tie.
Oh, it's only one time.
Only one tie. So you have to choose, right? Because after you resolve these, then you're going to resolve your influence on the guilds,
In the
which is
underworld,
pretty
yeah.
important here.
Mhm.
And
Some
the
powerful
way
abilities.
the way you gain influence down here is you basically just recruit guys from that guild. You have more
Yep.
influence because you control more of their figures.
Yep.
So like this card right here, if you got this card, would get you one of these sword guys from the Bone faction right
Yep,
here.
one
and
of
you
the
would,
Mortis Knighthood.
you would move up on this. Or like I already started the game here with one of these guys, the
Conclave of Shadows,
no,
or is
it's the
that
other
a
one.
Shroud
the
Reeves?
Shroud Eves Coven, so I put my marker there because I have a guy here, so that's how that works.
Yeah,
and
the
then you
Shroud
get
Reeves
bonuses
Coven.
at the end for whoever is in the lead on those guild tracks as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's all about controlling influence. You get influence for the 3 factions here and spend that influence on doing things on the
To
cards
move the board, yep.
and stuff.
You've got Etheria, which is sort of a currency in the game that you also need to save because
some.
you have to pay a celestial tithe
That's right.
to ward off suspicion.
Correct.
And so everybody is going to secretly be bidding an amount, and
To
you get
add.
bonuses or
Bonuses
negatives.
or penalties depending on if you donate.
And you will add any that are already in the Dearth Forge up here. These are like
Yep.
default.
Sure.
the start of the
So-
round, it gives you like a pool to choose
So
from.
yeah, the start of the round, you're going to roll a couple of 6-sided die, depending on how many players you've got.
have, yep.
And then you total them up, and you add that many Etheria, and then it's a I split you choose.
Yep.
And the interesting thing with this one is, unlike some other I split you choose, you can have 0 in a
Yeah.
pile.
You can put everything in one pile and have 3 piles of 0.
The
But you pick last, so it's not a good idea.
Bad idea.
and if there's any left over, it does go to the Dearth Forge, which automatically then helps pay for that. And then you have the Dread's Grip threat over here. So if you're congregating too many guys in
One
an
space
area,
calls
you-
attention to it.
You right, and so you might have to pick guys up out of areas and put them back into your crypt. The nice thing is, unless you get all the way up here, like they just go back here, so
Right.
you don't lose them.
They just come off the board.
But if the Dreads group gets all the way up there, then yeah, dudes start dying.
Yep.
It gets pretty interesting.
Sure. There's also Wallows cards will be round sensitive objectives basically.
Yep.
Like complete this objective this round and you get this.
Yep. And there's potentially penalties for not doing so.
Yep.
The beginning of each round, you will also draft some of these just absolutely
Beautiful art.
beautiful cards. And the fun thing about the way that you do a draft on this that we were talking about last night
yeah.
is
Very cool.
So like I'm going to pick these. I got these 4. I'm going to keep this guy. I'm going to pass, right? So now I get Bob
3
hands
cards,
me
yep.
these 3, and I can go, you know what? because you're going to keep 2 on the second round. And it's like, I actually like 2 of these cards he just handed me better than the one I just kept. So I'm now going to take these 2 and I'm going to draw
past the other 2
back this way.
So a drafting system where you can put the cards you've already drafted back. And trade them out.
I've never heard of it.
Interesting.
It's really awesome.
I like it.
I
did it last night and it helped.
It's really neat. It's really neat.
Yeah.
And all of these cards are basically they're providing you different actions you can also take during your turn.
Yep.
They have a top and a bottom effect.
Yep.
And you're gonna when you play the card, you're gonna just
Choose
pick
which one,
one you're gonna do. They're gonna give you different things. They might give you unity, which is victory points. They might give you etheria. They might give you influence in the factions.
Might give you cards to recruit workers.
Right. And I mean that's really how it goes. When you are going to actually put guys out on the board, the first thing you need to do is you need to spend some etheria and decide which one you're going to recruit. And the models matter because you might be vying for control of a specific guild, which is going to give you other abilities potentially, or, influence effect, so on and so forth. And so it's super important to pay attention to what kind of guys you're recruiting. And then as you play through the game, if you want to go to a bone location, you don't need to have a bone guy. You just need to spend a bone influence to send your person to the bone location.
And then victory points at the end of the game are your unity, your influence. They have little brackets here. Depending how far they go in different brackets of victory point amount, and any end game type of scoring stuff you might have.
You might potentially have your interior motive, Dan.
Yes. I don't remember saying that.
Or an ulterior motive. So, I mean, just first off, components of this game.
Stunning.
I love the components. It's probably my favorite part of the game because I'm like, dual-layer player boards, awesome.
Yep.
The little skull trackers are very cool.
Yeah, they're rad.
The sculpts are very nice. Like, it's too bad that we're not artistic enough to paint them super cool.
Yeah, but you kind of want the colors.
Sure,
to
you
make
want
it easier
to decide which one they are. But the wash that you did,
I did do a dry brush on that
cool.
guy, and it really makes him pop because he's normally just gray.
Yep. But they are super cool minis. Yeah. The cards are really nice.
The minis are. I even like the dice, right? Because the dice that give you etheria actually kind of resemble the etheria a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
They're translucent.
Yes.
Dan.
Iridescent.
Callback.
And they've got a unique die face.
Yep. For number 1.
You've got these metal coins that all they do is for the beginning of the game, you essentially pick
your faction.
And so that's a spirit one. And then that's the nobody knows what faction I have until you reveal. Even down to the components that don't matter as much, they don't cheap out.
Correct.
The components are just top notch. They're so good. Those skulls are amazing.
Yeah,
right?
those skulls are super cool.
And the sliders, I love it. I absolutely love it. The artwork on the cards, so good.
Yep.
So good.
The little finish on there too.
Whether you've got the full color art of these cards or the pencil drawn grayscale of the Mourners cards are just
pocket full of fail for Dan today.
It's just really good. Yes.
Trying to get it perfect.
And then the finish that they put on the board.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I don't know if either of these cameras show it, but the I'll just call it water. The spirit liquid here is gloss to where everything else is matte. And so you just you see it shining on the board. It's stunning.
Shimmers.
Really good player aids.
Yep. Yeah, it has all the iconography on there.
Yep.
And even the iconography
still affected by gravity.
Still affected.
So not that great.
The iconography on the map when it comes to resolving is super clear. Like it's like you know what they mean.
All the iconography in the game is very well done. I don't think the only issue I've had, and it's just when I was far away from something, is the bone guy and the any guy.
Looks like
the color's not the same.
Because they're both kind of star-shaped.
But just from a distance, they're both star-shaped. So I'm just like, which one is that?
Yeah.
But once I know what it is, this is super easy.
Sure. Yeah, there's so much.
I love the Unity coins because they're Unity coins, so it has the icon of all 3 factions on there, and so it's like because you're all working together.
The Unity coin.
Yeah.
I pick up
those are super neat.
Yeah, that's great. I don't even think I realized that.
Yeah.
Until you said that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's why there's 3 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're working together. It's a Unity coin.
Yeah, it's great. That is great. It's on theme.
It is.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, so
my biggest downfall is the square rulebook, which makes it hard to make copies of stuff. But it does have a nice quick reference on it. It's not terrible as far as where things are at, but it does have some stuff in 2 different places that don't necessarily reference each other.
So the Celestial Tithe and the Dread's Grip threat. They talk about these in 2 different spots in the rulebook, and they address 2 different things about each track.
And they don't say refer to page X?
No.
Okay.
So the first time we played, it was like, where the heck is this?
Yeah.
And then you go back a few pages.
Like,
so
okay, there's that part of it.
There's that part. Why isn't it all in one spot?
Or say refer back to this page.
Right.
Yeah. That's minor.
Right.
And once you figure it out, you figure it out.
Once you figure it out, it's fine.
Yeah.
And again, the iconography really kind of tells you everything.
Yep.
There's a few things where maybe you're worried about the wording, but I think if you just go with how it says that it plays, that's how it plays.
Yep.
So, I mean, the rules aren't too bad.
Nope.
This game, we played last night. It was our second time playing. We did do like a little bit of a rules refresher, just kind of like, how do we do this again? It's been a few months.
I was surprised how much I remember, though. There are multiple times that you guys asked a question. I said, it's this.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, where did that come from? Because I don't hold on to that.
Right.
And it picked up, but it picked up really, really quick
Yeah,
once you've got the mechanics down, right? And the iconography, it's right there.
Fantastic. It's really not as heavy as it looks.
Nope.
You know, when you're playing the game, it's just like, once again, it feeds into the iconography. It's just do what the thing says. What do you need? Do what the card says, or take an action to move a guy instead and stuff like that, or spawn a guy.
It does a thing that I really, really, really like. I like push your luck sometimes in games, and the push your luck aspect to this is I'm going to pass, and I'm going to hope, because if
everybody passes,
if nobody passes, or if you guys still take actions, I can come back in and do something.
Yeah, once you're past, you're not necessarily
And you
out.
might have a card.
I know, I was like,
there are cards in the game that say, like, get this if someone else has played X card.
Yeah.
So you might be like, I'm passing. One of them has it because I don't.
Yeah, because I did that and then gave you a bunch of points.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you really played that? And I'm like, oh, I hate you so much.
But yeah.
It's not like that was the difference in the win. He
smoked us anyways.
Yeah, pretty handily.
He smoked us.
First time for everything.
You won both times we played this, haven't you?
I know, yeah.
That
so
makes
Dan's
this game
new favorite game.
terrible. Let's just jump to the rating. 1.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty available.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's out there.
I see it all
it's
over.
Available. It's a higher end game, but at the same time,
because it's so well made.
It's so well made.
It's not like they're gouging, right? Like this deserves.
It's the right price for what you get.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you like art and theme and aesthetic, this game has it.
I'm also learning over time. I love these giant like tarot-like cards. I love that.
Yeah.
I like that the cards you've got different. Some people don't like this, but I like that. These cards are a different shape than these because these work differently.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You know,
instead of having like all the cards the same size, even though they're all different.
Right.
Yes.
Because this is an action, like you're going to play this from your hand to do an action. This is either going to give you like a one-time thing, or maybe it's like, I'm going to exhaust this and do it as an action. But
or
it doesn't.
Passive.
Right. But it doesn't play the same.
Correct.
And it's differently shaped. The backs are different. They're clear. The iconography is very clear.
Yep.
It just does so many things right.
Yeah.
So many things right. Because it makes it so much easier to teach, and then for newer players to just keep track of what's going on with it.
Right.
All right. What else we got? Who's this for? I guess if you like...
Yeah, that's what I was hinting towards
Dudes
earlier.
on a
It's not
map,
too
if
complicated.
If the theme sounds interesting to you, this is a dudes on the map, but it's not combat.
Nope.
I mean, you're going for...
it's just having more guys there. It's not like, oh, I'm going to attack you and roll a bunch of dice. No,
and we even had some stuff happen where we had, like Dan had a guy, Bob had a guy, and I had a guy. So then Bob puts a guy. And I didn't have any more guys to bring from my crypt, so I moved a guy over. And then Bob moved a guy over, and then I'm like...
And then I was like, see ya.
Right, so then
You can't have it.
Dan moves out of there. Or, like, I moved to a different spot, because I decided I wanted something different.
Yeah, well, you moved in on me on that one spot, and I was like, well, I can't beat him, so I moved my guys back out and went somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. And that's great, though. I love kind of...
Yeah, it's cool, but you are wasting a lot of influence if you're moving a lot. Like,
Potentially.
like there was a time where Tim like moved here. The next turn decided he didn't like it. Then the next turn, I'm like, okay, Tim, that was victory points you just threw away.
Yeah,
right,
but I actually gave it.
Sure, it
gave
could have
me
totally
some
worked
points,
out. I'm just
but
saying, while in the moment, I'm just like, this is working out.
Spend
just keep
it,
moving.
Spend it.
It seemed like a really bad move.
Yeah.
But it worked out, but not enough. But anyway, so let's just kind of get into some final thoughts and our rating. So, Bob, how do you feel about Court of the Dead?
How does it make you feel?
I really enjoyed it. My biggest issue I had with it last night is I had a victory point card that said basically I had to have sets, like one from this set, one from this set, and for every set I got 7.
Oh yeah.
And with my guys spread out all over the map, and then I had basically I'm just looking for my disc color on the bottom, right?
Sure.
And I'm trying to be like, okay, so there's 2 of those there, there's one, and like it was hard to kind of make sure I had all the right factions, and I had the wrong one at the very end, and I missed out on.
So why didn't you just look for your discs over here?
Probably would have been a better way to do it.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. Just think about it.
No, it's fine. I was totally prepared to be like, no, it wasn't that. It was something else.
Yeah,
because that is a way that you could future reference, I guess, right?
All right, let's try again. Let's play again.
We will play this again. Yeah, so Dan.
So yes.
Any nitpicks? A thing that jumps out about you?
Yeah, that was a Dan sentence. If I've ever heard one. Anything that jumps out at me? Not really. Man.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
okay.
I've said everything. I mean,
final thoughts for me.
I've talked about this game a lot the last couple of
This
weeks.
game's amazing. If we hadn't just done our top 30, this would be in my top 30 after 2 plays.
It was in mine.
Yeah. I want to play this game a lot more. Like, this is a game when we finished last night, if it wasn't 2 in, I might have been like, let's
try again.
Let's just reload it, play again.
Sure.
Because I could have played this back to back. I liked it that much.
Right.
I'll tell you too. I don't know how long it took us to play, but to me, it felt like it flew.
It flew by. It flew by.
Yeah, this game does not overstay its welcome at
right.
all.
Yeah, I was like, it's almost over. I was like, but I have so much more things I need to do.
No, and I find that as a positive thing most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, I love this game. There's so many things that are just amazing about this game. The board art. I'm like just now marveling at the locations, right, and the illustrations on the board, the actual map itself.
Figured you guys might want to see this.
The insert, Dan.
Yeah.
Insert
got
is
a
great.
real nice insert.
I haven't had to mess with it personally yet, but it looks great.
It's great.
And
I
I was messing with it last night, and I didn't have a hard time with it.
The insert's great. Components are just top notch. Gameplay. If you can get through like the 2 hitches that I had with the rule book is really good. I mean, it's really easy. It's not hard to learn.
It hits the things. It's to me, right? It's fun. It's fast, and it's like it has those like heartbeat moments of like, oh God, Bob, don't do that one thing I need you to not do.
Right. And then there's even like when the Bob has the ability, when he had the ability
assassinate
to like,
people,
and it's like, oh, don't pick me.
Yeah.
How do I just like stay under the radar and they won't notice that I'm sitting here killing a Dan's?
Yeah.
But there is some of the politicking, right?
A little bit.
Like, stay out of there.
Right.
Like, I won't contest
you got to go
here.
get in his area or he's going to get another guy.
Right.
You know?
I won't contest you there. It just scratches a lot of itches for me. It hits on the high points. So, boys, on a rating of 1 to 10.
I'm going to say Bobby go first.
Oh, Bob, you've been because you're going to be the downer.
Yeah.
You're going to be the downer.
I guess I'm the downer a little bit. I need to play it more times, right? Because like I was sitting on the far end of the table and I was putting my guy on the wrong location for doing the thing I wanted to do.
Same thing with this. Like you were just sitting a bit far.
Yep. So I'm gonna say a 7 for me.
Oof, that hurts.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like 7's low.
No, 7 is solid. 7 is I'm not gonna choose this game, but if you guys, you want to play Core of the Dead? Yeah, I'll play Core of the Dead.
Yeah,
that's a 7.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Fair enough. Daniel,
this is tough. I actually was telling him a little bit. I was going between I think 2 numbers at the beginning. I think this is definitely an 8.
Yeah.
Do I give it the 0.5, guys? Write in the comment section below. I'll be back next week. So I loved this game both times. I'm giving it 8.5.
Yeah, so you better give it the half then.
Yeah. Core of the Dead, Mourners Call is an 8.5.
Yep. I might give it a 0.5 after a few more plays.
Sure.
Check back.
This is definitely an 8.5 for me.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, the components carry it.
That is true.
The components are
nice.
Just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like even just as a
you're
like
gonna convince me that
a collection piece. The artwork on the cards.
I love the box
the
art.
board, the box art. I mean, it's so
we talked
great.
about it in the unboxing. We have an unboxing for this game.
It.
The inside of the box even has this like skull design painted all over it.
I need an Iron Maiden guitar riff while I look at the.
I'm bumping mine to a 7.5. It's
happening
right now.
You made it
more
7.5.
You convinced me. It's the art is very cool. Like even on these cards, you're right. It's just the art.
I mean, the components are great, right?
The components are really nice.
The coins.
The 0.5. Dual layer player board.
Dual layer player board.
I got the dual layer bump.
That does it.
We're on there.
Have you ever held 0.5 of a point in your hand? I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Feels right. Feels right. But I mean, even these sliders, right?
The sliders are cool.
I love the way these guys look.
I'm sitting here like I didn't have much time with the rulebook the past couple times, and I've been eyeballing this quick reference.
Yep.
It's pretty nice.
Great design.
It's not like nice to where I can make a photocopy and hand it to somebody else playing with me.
I'm throwing you under the bus here, Bob. That argument makes no sense.
Why?
Because you just look up the PDF version of the rulebook online, and then you have printable versions. That's all you have to do.
I never thought of that.
Just like looking down here.
This game's a 9. No, I'll keep it
So between an 8.5, an 8.5, and a 7.5, that puts
great
us
score.
at a 8.2.
8.2. That's
I
pretty
feel
good.
really good. This is a very solid, great, underrated game because I have not known anybody.
Not a lot of people are talking about it. This is a
I
good
kept
one,
looking
man.
at this on my game store shelf, and then finally I was like, can we
get
get
a
a review of
It's out of
this?
the average price range, I guess, usually. But
Yeah.
this game gives you more for the price that games that are this price don't give you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I've paid more for a game I've played less than liked less.
correct.
That has definitely happened.
This is a good game. I can't wait to play it again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
Me too.
I love it.
We love it the same, evidently.
Apparently we do. Same Z's. So, Court of the Dead, Mourners Call.
Check
it's
it
a
out.
very strong recommend from us.
Yeah.
We love
playing.
it.
Definitely worth
It's worth playing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you see it and you're just like, maybe, I just buy it because if you don't love it, you could trade it to somebody who
Someone
is
else
going to
will
be
want it.
wowed by this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good piece to have in your collection if you're a collector. I am. But I like playing my games too.
Right.
So this will get played. This will get played. So thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, check us out on our rundown show where we do our top 5s, jargon bins.
We just finished our top 30 games of all time. Check
All
them out,
time.
guys. They're called The Big List.
The big list. And always look at Board Game Roulette because that's fun too. It's basically a playthrough where we are competitive.
Yeah, you get to watch us actually play through games on that, which is the only way we do that currently. We're working towards that. But yeah, so we've done a couple. We've done Clank, we've done Arctic Scavengers,
Orleans.
we've done Orleans,
And
we've done
Trogdor!
Trogdor. Yeah, so if you want
can't
to
just
see
say
how
Trogdor.
those games
That's
are played, check those out.
It's great. Awesome. Well, thanks
Fantastic.
again for watching. I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
I've been Dan.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.